Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about why I don't believe there should be breed-specific bans. Um, these are my 4 people who are watching me today. To start off with, I'm going to cover America's dog is what they call it, or the American Pit Bull. What makes a good dog to you guys? I don't think there's any specific breed that is a good dog. I think they can all be good dogs under the right ownership. And I don't believe that there should be dog breed specific bans because under the right ownership, I believe every dog can be a good dog. So some history of the bully breed or pit bull. They're originally bred for sporting, which means anything from hunting, farming, or protecting. They're known for their intelligence and their will to please and protect. Pit bull is not actually a true breed. It's a mix of different bully breeds, they call it, such as the American Staffordshire Terrier or bulldogs and bull terriers, like the Target dog. So originally, pit bulls started out with bullfighting and dog fighting back in like the 16 to 1800s, where pit bull breeds got their reputation from. Because they're loyal to their masters, they're great dogs for being set on a bull, and in this situation, they would be set into a pit, is what they called it, where several people gathered around to watch, and they would tie a ox or a bull up to a pole and send a pit bull to attack it until the bull collapsed. This was known as a blood sport, and in 1835, the UK banned this. And this is when dog fighting took off because it was easier to hide than bullfighting. So a lot more people got away with it, and that's when pit bulls started really being bred for the sport. Again, I believe that breeds are only as smart as their owners, so any sort of dog really can be trained with the right owner or the right training. So under the right ownership, I believe a pit bull can be a great dog. Pit bulls are smart and they're easy to train, easier than most dogs. They're well behaved, but they do need a job. So they're high energy, just like in the bullfighting or dog fighting. They're good for that sport based on the fact that they listen well to their owners and they do exactly what you ask them to do. But again, under bad ownership, such as abuse, aggression, or they're intimidating, that comes from the way they're trained and the way they're raised. But otherwise, I believe they're well-behaved dogs. So a couple of the dogs I would like to cover, which I think make up the good point of the breeds. Popular pitties, you could call them. Under Helen Keller, she noted their affection and their lovingness towards people. In World War I, there was a pit bull they called Sergeant Stubby, who fought in 17 battles. He was actually named Sergeant Stubby because he had a stubby tail, and they never knew why. But he fought 17 battles. He even knew how to salute to the other soldiers, and he, I believe, was awarded Purple Heart, and you can look him up. He actually has a vest with all different medals that he won from taking part in the war. Pit bulls actually were used as the national mascot in World War I and World War II. Many that you probably don't even know about, but you can look up old advertisements where they had them all dressed in red, white, and blue, and they were the national mascot because of their strong stature and their willingness to please and fight. Not necessarily aggressively, but for the country. There's also many movie dogs that are pit bulls, such as The Little Rascal. There's a pit bull in that movie named Petey, and in that movie he is surrounded by a bunch of little kids, and he is a big role in that movie. which is a good example of a pit bull being well behaved and a good dog around family and kids. Records of the pit bull. Under the American Temperament Test Society, pit bulls were actually named the most tolerant breed. This is when they were put in stressful situations where most dogs did not pass or did not do as well as they expected. Pit bulls surpassed many of the breeds such as Labs. They surpassed Rottweilers and German Shepherds and Chihuahuas and many of the smaller breeds such as Schnauzers and Cocker Spaniels, I believe. There are many more aggressive breeds besides the pit bull. In many studies, if you look, pit bulls are actually ranked pretty high in their temperament. Dogs that are not ranked so high are Chihuahuas, Dachshunds, and Chows, which actually have a higher bite percentage than the pit bull breed. Pits are actually making a comeback in today's society, such as rescue pit bulls, because there are so many of them, and they do actually make great dogs. Police are using them for drug and bomb detecting, which is good because it's helped getting them out of the shelters where they're actually being euthanized at a higher rate than all other dogs in the United States. I believe in a study, so a couple million dogs are euthanized each year in shelters, and over 40% of them are pit bulls. So that's a really high amount of dogs that could be used and put to good use for other things such as police training and for helping with the community. So that is another reason why I don't believe the breed should be banned, because there's so many things that they can be used for and put to use for. I think banning the breed would ruin their opportunity for adoption. This would just increase the number of dogs that are in shelters and ruin their chance for being adopted. 500,000 pit bulls are euthanized annually, and that's a large amount of dogs that could go to families if they had the right reputation under their belt. I really believe that the main reason pit bulls should not be banned is because people just need to be educated on the breed and really get to be surrounded or get to see how they truly are, not just based on how the media perceives them or how the media shows them, but I really think that if people got to be around them and see the good that they do and how they act, they would definitely have a different outcome than being euthanized in a shelter. Overall, my point is that there should not be a ban on this breed. Michigan actually just passed a law that there cannot be a ban on the breed, but there are several states that do. Pit bulls just have a bad reputation. They're actually really smart dogs and they're willing to please, and many other aggressive breeds exist, but they don't have bans, so I don't necessarily understand the reason why pit bulls should have bans. There should be no breed, in my opinion, that can have a ban on its name. People really just need to be educated about them properly. Anyways, that's my point. Thanks for watching.